But what I'm saying is this: can we work on programs? Yes, to help girls close their legs, but also number two, to help help boys become men. Like a lot
They
of
will
these
become
boys
men
don't.
if you marry their fathers.
Yeah, but you want it to be a quality man. No, 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 no. What I'm saying is,
Don't even have
because you
sex
know
with
what?
somebody who's not a quality man.
Her page is called, she's the nurse, she's a nurse, and the other one, her name is BPG, I believe she's married as well. And there's a lot of things that we all agree on, and we're married Black women.
I wanted to ask you though, because I don't want to be wrong. Wasn't it your content that I seen that was talking about if a man gets delinquent on his child support? Wasn't that you?
No, I actually said we should abolish child support and replace it with something else that's more effective and beneficial for the children.
Listen, check this out. This is yours. This is you, right?
No.
Men would rather
Yeah,
lose
but that's not
money
my
than
child support.
I know. It says men would rather lose money than be faithful and committed. So,
Yes,
40%
that's
of
what I
the
said.
women, 40% of women who are in marriages and relationships admit to having a backup plan already. This is a survey done amongst women. If you're mentally intimately enough with somebody to where you know they're next up, if this doesn't work, chances are y'all smashing. You can't really have it in your head to where he's next and something's not there. Not only that, like I said, amongst studies done, men cheated a rate of 27%. Women cheated 22. So the victim that see your post says men would rather lose money than be faithful and committed. You guys are the new bad boys.
Yes,
It's not even us anymore. You guys are whooping us in a lot of those areas. Like I said, 39% of the babies you guys are putting on us aren't even our babies. Let alone that there's more. What is the percentage of Black women with multiple kids by? I'm not even gonna quote it, but it's past 50. You guys aren't thinking about what men are having to come into. We have to come in to situations where I'm going to ask Humble Pressure this. I'm going to ask him to see if I'm right. Men are conquerors. When we set out to get in a relationship, we're trying to conquer somebody and make her ours. She's mine. With most of you, we can't even do that. You're already obligated to somebody else. Somebody else is already at the top of your pinnacle as priorities. And usually it's 1, 2, 3, 4 somebody else's. You already have established that there's other people in your life that supersede me as priority, and it's somebody else's children.
We can
With
hang
3
out with
kids,
some women.
and they probably got 2 different daddies. We got to get to know these daddies. And the only reason I brought that up, but my thing is, I read this and it says men would rather lose money than be faithful and committed. You guys are no more faithful than we are at all. Not only that, the post suggests all of the victim mentality thing, it wasn't even attributed to you guys. Your great grandmothers, my great grandmother, those are the women who got treated bad. Those women were putting up with some bull crap. Daddy over here making a whole nother family, and grandma really was at home raising these kids and holding it down. That's where those terms dog and this and that came in. But ladies your age, from your birth, you've been just as bad as we have. That victim mentality doesn't even, it's not applicable to you guys. For decades, you guys have been having babies and putting them on men. You guys don't even have the ability to pair bond anymore. You've had so much sex, you can't pair bond with the man anymore. By the time you have 10 sexual partners, a woman's ability to marry decreases down to 20%. And so when you make posts like this, it's associated with men are still the villains. No, we're not. We're doing better than you are as far as integrity. 30%
So
of men in
men
the
love
nation are
women that are for the
virgins.
streets.
Say it again.
Men love women that are for the streets. From what I've seen,
What
y'all
type
love
of
those
men?
type of
The
women.
18% of men are running around having these babies.
I mean,
If
well,
what
the
you're
thing
saying is
about it
true,
is,
how are 54% of Black men in the nation don't have
well,
children?
the thing about it is that a lot of times when our relationships dissolved, it dissolves because of either finances or infidelity. And the thing about it is, women who are, I guess you could say, the ideal type that men want to marry, they get married, but yet the man will risk his marriage for a woman that's for the streets. So it's like these women for the streets are devalued for marriage, but at the same time, men will go out, get the ideal woman, marry her, but still risk his marriage with the ideal woman for the woman that's for the streets that's been devalued.
Yeah, that's because I can bust my wad on her, leave her in the alley where I found her, and go back home to my queen.
Is that right?
You guys do it. Your numbers are very close to ours. Don't you understand that? Listen, your numbers, studies show that your numbers are past ours. They say women are 3 times less likely to get caught. And as a woman, do you agree with that? That women are 3 times less likely to get caught.
The ones who cheat.
Okay, so see, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You keep saying men are cheating. You guys are doing that and then some. Not only are you guys cheating up there in proximity with us, you're not getting caught at a 3% ratio, and a lot of you are pawning fake kids off on men. Posts like this, they seem outdated because you women today don't even have the right to look at us like villains. You're, to be honest, kind of worse than us. Black men aren't in the streets showing their bodies in the streets, twerking, throwing their BJs up in the air from behind. We're not doing that stuff. You guys are acting in a way. Listen, so they took the information from OkCupid, Tinder, for dating sites, and compiled all of the data. You guys have been ranked as the most undesirable women to date on the entire planet. And when black men hear that, they're like, that's probably about accurate. Because we know what it's like to deal with you. There's never any... Talk to me.
Because, you know, I'm all about data and everything, and I can go Google it. Like, what age group are we talking? Like, when you talk about these women on the internet twerking and doing all of that stuff, and the ones that are the least desirable to marry, what age bracket are we talking? Is there a bracket?
Sweetie, you don't even need Google for that. Just get on TikTok or Instagram. They're doing it right in front of our eyes.
Well, yeah, but let me ask you this, though, because, of course, you know, I'm a little bit older, but I don't see women in their 40s and 50s doing that. Like a very small percentage of women in their 40s and 50s doing that. I don't.
I dropped a woman off day before yesterday. I went out on a date with a woman day before yesterday. She was 45. She had been shot 2 times.
Okay, she had been shot, but is she on the internet twerking? I mean, we talking about internet
dancer.
twerking.
I mean, I dropped her off. She was, the caliber wasn't
exotic. Okay.
It wasn't. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I'm into women, ladies. I'm into classy ladies.
Okay. So let me go back to another question, and I probably need to.
And listen, I'm going to say this to you too, real quick. I have women in my family that are the age that you're talking about that will set it off.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is the thing.
Algorithm showing all this.
I mean, I can't hear you.
Are you sure this is not your algorithm showing you all this? Because I'm 30 years old, and a lot of stuff that you're talking about, like, is for behaviors of somebody in their 20s or like in the under 25 club.
Okay, so that's a good point you brought up. I'm glad you actually brought it up. So if you think it's an algorithm, this directing stuff towards me, how are these women? Forget about my personal opinion. How are these women getting ranked the most undesirable of all races to date? That has nothing to do with my algorithm now. How are black men going across seas to get women? Do you know how? Listen, shows like mine, and Tandra can tell you. She can tell you. She's seen several of my shows. What we go through with some of these women just in the comments, it is suggestive of the validity of everything we're talking about. I'm a faggot. Because I have an opinion, I get banged from behind.
They do say things like that. It's crazy.
Listen, let me say this too. I don't know if you women are seeing it, but have you women seen that we've been pleading with shows? People get shows and followers up to 200,000. We've been pleading and begging black women. Have you seen this? We've been pleading and stop it with all the fake accessories. Stop it with the dragon car. You're not getting married. We've been pleading and begging these women for quite some time to work with us. So men are just done. What else can you say? So, and I'm sure you guys have seen it.
Yeah, but this is the thing that I have to say too. Anytime I look at a research problem, because I'm a researcher, saying that, anytime I look at a problem, it never comes back one thing. So men going overseas, men saying they're done with black women, men saying that we're the most least desirable. To me, it's not just the woman's fault. It's not just one thing. It's not just one variable.
Well, listen, we can't do that. We can't compile, he did this and he did that. You know what we're focusing on?
No.
The major nuclear bombs. You guys keep on having 3 and 4. That's destroying us. You're creating monsters.
That's a problem. No, that is a problem. It is. But you cannot tell me that some of these men that are going overseas, they have not contributed to the problem somehow. And now they want to go overseas. You can't tell me that.
How many men do you know with passports that are a part of the problem?
Come on, but now. You know better. No. What I'm saying is this. You cannot tell me that these men have not been causing havoc and damage, and then the women, didn't conform, and so now they want to go. There is a percentage of men like that.
No, there's not. Listen, okay, let's say they are. You created them.
We had the babies. We had the monsters. Yes, we did.
So that kills this whole conversation. We've been begging you to stop doing that. Marry before you carry. You keep bringing animals. Listen, you keep bringing animals into this world, and they're animals. They don't have to die.
I would like to say black children are not animals. That's the first thing. And
I'm glad you said that. So a person that walks up to another lady and shoots her in the head, what is he?
A monster.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. A black child is not an animal just because he's born or she is born into an unideal situation.
I don't want to do soliloquies. When that kid grows up a duration of his lifestyle without a male, 80% of the time they go to prison.
80. A lot of times we're going to go back to intergenerational transmission of trauma. It goes back to that. It does. And we keep transmitting it, and then society.
Okay, we're going to do a hypothetical.
Okay.
I snapped my finger today. Women will not have sex with men until they are married. Now we see flowers blooming. Things are better. The prison system is less crowded. My mom had 5 kids. None of them well, they know their dad, but not, you know what I mean? Not the active dad in their life. 4 of them went to prison. My auntie, she was a Cosby mom. None of them went. Out of 4, none of them went. This stuff is real. And we don't know what this. So I got a post. Dude got my account flagged today because I said,
what?
I said, is it wrong with men looking at women as sexual objects if they're advertising themselves sexually? What's wrong with it? You're doing it. Have you seen the way some of you dress? You're not dressed like that at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get a husband at the club. So if you're dressed and I can see all of your cleavage and you got nice bosoms and the dress comes up to here, what do you think I'm thinking? Hey, would you mind leaving with me right now so we can go somewhere and have Bible study?
Let her answer the question. My question is, we're saying it's a problem. We know it's a problem. We're pointing fingers.
Hold on. I want to ask you. You keep saying it's a problem. I want you to be direct. A problem? What kind of problem? Tell me. See, that's the problem that we have. Listen, the whole time you guys were saying things, you guys had syndicated television shows. Sally Jeffrey Raphael, Oprah, Ricky Lake. And man, we never said, okay, we're not dead.
Okay.
We never said we're not gangbangers. But you guys run all the way away from anything associated. You won't say, okay, we're doing this and that. You never say it. And I have a show to where that's one thing we never hear nobody say. It's a problem in the Black community. That's what it is.
Okay. So if we let me see if I can break it down quickly, because I know a lot of people are waiting. So I'm going to go back, and I know people are like, I'm tired of hearing. It goes back to intergenerational transmission of trauma. Okay. So if we go back to intergenerational transmission of trauma, so from that, it creates a lot of single parent homes, a lot of addiction, domestic violence. I did a paper on it. All of that stuff is creating these monsters, and
No,
it
it's not. No,
it
it's not.
creates. Wait a
Can
minute.
I say one last thing, and then I'm going to drop down for
Women
somebody else
having
to come up
sex are
here?
creating these monsters.
But
Can I say
okay.
one thing, and I'm going to drop down?
And listen, they're having sex with only 18% of the men in the black population. Listen, you were on my live, Tandra. I suggested to where women could find decent men. I said computer programmers, and a woman literally said, "Oh hell no, girl, he trying to get us to settle." Computer programmers are the top earners in the country.
Stacy, their mentality is wrong. Can you please let her talk so I can go back?
I'm going to drop down, okay?
Can you let her talk so I can?
All right. So the last thing that I'm going to say, and y'all don't cut me off when I say this, but if we're talking statistically, when we remove Black women from the equation, let's remove Black women from the equation. When Black men in America marry non-Black women, their rates of divorce are a lot higher. But when Black women marry non-Black men, if you look it up and you can Google it, we are on
I've
the
already read
national
that
average.
statistic.
The issue that I take with is that when Black women are removed from the factor, the problems in the Black community, if we're talking about marriage, it gets worse for Black men when they date out, they marry outside their race. And the other thing is that from what I have seen, and statistically, when Black men go overseas, they leave a lot of those women single mothers too. So what I'm trying to tell you before I drop down is that the problems follow Black men and not Black women. So what I'm going to say is I personally believe
Well,
that
how can
there's
black
a
men
lot of
get married
self-work
and
that
you
needs to be
guys
done on
can't?
Black men's side.
You guys can't get married. Black men can. The world isn't talking about black men. They're talking about black women. That was a crazy assessment. Black men can
Statistically true.
Black men can marry any race of woman on the planet. You guys can't. You can't. So how are black men the problem? It's like the world has spoken. We accept black men, but the black women, you guys have no other race of men coming in to rescue you. For decades, you've been for years, you've been married at a rate of 75%, 25% married. It fluctuates between 17 and 25. Listen, they got TikToks right now where the woman said, because y'all think y'all the only ones who can marry outside your rest. I could go get me an Indian. They got TikToks right now that's stitched with that video where the Mexicans and the Indians say, on behalf of the Indian population, we respectfully decline. It's not us, it's you. We're doing well on dating sites. You're not. One of the statistics on the dating sites was how quick.
Yeah, I am.
So can I go back and just say, the thing is, yes, there's a problem.
There's a problem, huh? But when black men was deadbeats, it wasn't a problem. Black men was just deadbeats.
I think well, I never called a man a deadbeat. But anyway, what
the
I'm saying is,
they made songs called "I Don't Want No Scrub."
Okay, we both have issues, black men and black women. Okay,
whose are more detrimental to society? And that matters. It really does matter, because if we can knock those big things out, then we can take the little things and we can work those out. But if we keep putting gangbangers on the streets and murderers, which we both know where they're coming from, all of the men that you guys say you can't stand, you create them.
We do. Men and women.
No, it's not a man. Listen, if I keep getting you pregnant and you come back and let Tone get you pregnant after that, at some point you have to say this is your fault.
No, that's a that's a problem.
Jesus.
That's a problem.
But what I got a TikTok video about that.
It's like we don't know if we can get y'all to do to see that this is common sense. It's your fault. The reason I don't have kids spread out around America, I made a conscious decision. And the same way you guys can. Marry before you tarry. Or don't let him shoot up in you.
I did too. I did too. But I'm just saying. men and women both play a part, but I know
Men do not play a part in this. If you know that men are a-holes and we're idiots and we're stupid, then you shouldn't keep letting us manipulate you. So you can't take it on the men anymore.
So the reason I'm saying it's men and women, because you know where my passion is, because I'm working on programs for girls and boys. I'm just saying, I want to get it at the root, get it at the beginning.
The root is close your legs. Do you agree with that?
Yes, it is. But I also want to produce quality boys and girls, because
you're worried about too many things. We got to stop the monster making machine first and foremost. That is number one. Kids are coming out and murdering older women.
True. But what I'm saying is this: can we work on programs, yes, to help girls close their legs, but also number two, to help help boys become men? Like a lot
they
of
will
these
become
boys
men if you marry their fathers.
Yeah, but you want it to be a quality man. No. What I'm saying is,
don't even have sex with somebody who's not a quality man.
We need more quality men. We need more quality men.
Okay.
We need more quality women.
Here's where I think you don't get what I'm saying. You said we need more quality men. I say I agree. Where do we get quality men from? We get quality men from women not having sex with the 18% of dysfunctional men in the Black community.
I disagree with that.
Can we work on the dysfunction? Can we work on the dysfunction?
I know statistics proves me right by a great margin.
Can I tell you something?